Hello and welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson. In business since 1990, Healthy Environments list of valuable services for new and existing structures continues to grow. Joining us today, Tim Silcox, owner, tells us what his company can provide for your residential and commercial projects. Tim, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Sandy.
And Healthy Environments has been around since 1990 and has done about 14,000 different jobs that you can pull from.
Right. Well, the technical behind it is we've clean coated and sealed the ductwork of a little over 11,000 homes, because show me a builder who doesn't leave construction dust, and that construction dust turns to mold first cooling season. The dust on the furniture, the dust on the ceiling fan is because they don't seal the ducting. And then over the years we kind of diversified into window film to reduce temperatures in a house, keep things from fading. We got into the spray foam business, and they all make the house healthier and also lower people's electric bills. So all three services that we provide, the film, the foam, and the duct cleaning, kind of all coincide. And on that 11,000 customers, we've had about 4,000 customers that we've done one thing for, and then they invite us back. And we also do a little bit of mold mitigation because...
And you're accredited.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yeah, that's the distinction. 15 years ago, I flew to Houston. I took a test that kicked my butt. I passed the test. I keep up 42 continuing education credits every 2 years, which cost me a lot of money and a lot of time. But Florida, New Jersey, Arkansas, Maryland just last year passed legislation where you have to be accredited so you don't end up with these scammers in the newspaper like 2 years ago when he had the $89 duct cleaning special guy that basically was a sex offender from Florida, but they wouldn't reprint the article. So just make sure you're hiring the proper person when you have any type of mold mitigation done, whether it be duct work, surface mold, etc.
Right. You know, a house, I've walked into homes, not even always an older home, but you know, you smell that musty smell. Yeah. What is that?
Well, they call it the old house, beach house smell, and I remember...
But it's not always old homes.
No, it's actually fairly sad. It's the fact that we have soil evaporation on Hilton Head and the surrounding area. It's so wet here that statistically per 1,000 square feet we have 15 gallons of soil evaporation. Then if you have the outside venting or lattice work, all that moisture comes in from outside. And if there's duct work down there, that's going to condensate. So all those things exacerbate and they wick up to the bottom of the subflooring. And when the mold, the whitish greenish mold starts to feed, it starts to off-gas and it starts to gestate, and that's the musty smell. So there's no coastal old house, beach house smell. And then the flip side of that, which you're talking about with the newer houses, and quote-unquote from builders, oh, we can't afford to build a house with real plywood. They use that cheap pressed OSB material, and as it gets wet, not only are you getting the musty smell in the house, but your lungs burn from the VOC off-gassing from the chemical base that they use for that OSB.
Wow. So there's some really key points. Obviously, climate's a big deal.
Oh, without a doubt.
Materials are a huge deal, and so people need to understand that. And I guess your company, Healthy Environments, would be a resource for them to actually. And I think you do consultations where you can go in the house and you can look at certain things and know if there is a mold problem,
right,
or a mildew problem, or some type of whatever growth of some sort that's causing either, you know, the house to smell or I guess dilapidation in some areas.
Yeah, well, when we take on any job, first of all, I don't take any monies till the end so the customer and I can inspect it, because when we foam a crawl space, we pull the insulation, we clean it with an EPA registered cleaner, so we're not just foaming over the mold. We check everything, shower pans that rotted, and there are certain communities that certain developments where every shower pan has been problematic, so you got to get those problems fixed. Wax ring on toilets, so I personally get under a house after the guys pull it. If they find anything that's just second eyes looking at it, and then I scan everything with an infrared camera before we go in with the closed cell foam. And then once we foam it, no more musty smell because it encapsulates the surface area, so you no longer have the ability for that wood to grow the mold. And we got into it only to fix the mold issues, but we do it seasonally, where in summer we do musty smells mold. In the fall, we're primarily working for some of the flooring guys on this island. They recommend us quite a bit to do floor cupping issues. And it's always smart to do new construction. And then last but not least, we do a ton of it for critter infestation because, number one, the rats can't chew through it, can't live in it, and also you can't gain attic entry because you know this as much as I do as far as what you do for a living. But you got a hole penetration this big, a little tiny thing this big going through, and everybody wonders why they're upstairs sitting on the water heater in the middle of February. Although right now it's been too warm that I think they're still outside. So.
I think you're right. I think they are still outside. So if people want to have this consultation, free consultation, and if they want to talk to you a little bit about some issues they may be experiencing at the house, how do they get a hold of you?
Just call me, Bluffton, 757-5522, on the island, 363-6751.
And I think that number actually transfers over into the Bluffton number too,
Yeah, they all
too,
basically
right?
transfer.
Okay.
We have all these crazy numbers because years ago they used to have that 7 cents means charge, so we just made it easier.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And so if people need you, they'll give you a call at Healthy Environments. And thank you so much, and we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.